A sailor, a small business owner, a 6-year-old. The stories behind the victims of the theater shooting are touching. All of them forever connected because of a fateful trip to the movies. 7 News reporter Russell Haythorne telling us their stories.
They all had this in common. They loved going to the movies. But in the span of a few terrifying minutes inside a dark, smoke-filled theater, their lives ended. Stories of their heroism are emerging. Heroes who blocked their friends and girlfriends from the rain of bullets. A young sports reporter who had coincidentally survived a mass shooting just months before. A 6-year-old who had just learned to swim. And 3 members of the armed forces. These are their stories. 27-year-old Matt McQuinn, his last living act was to shield his girlfriend Samantha Yowler from the hail of bullets. Yowler survived with a gunshot wound to the leg. Her family says her life was spared by the heroics of McQuinn and her brother, who was also at the movies. A co-worker said of McQuinn, "We lost a great person, and we still can't picture or realize that he's gone." Jessica Redfield, an aspiring sports writer who had narrowly escaped another mass shooting at a Toronto mall just last month.
She was just such a great person and worked with the Avalanche, worked with all the TV stations, and was an intern. And she's just this vivacious.
Jessica had recently moved to Denver from San Antonio to pursue her dream and was working at a Denver sports radio station. She blogged at length about surviving the mall shooting in Toronto, saying, "I was shown how fragile life was on Saturday. I saw the terror on bystanders' faces. I was reminded we don't know when or where our time will end." Her brother wrote on his blog Friday, "The outpouring of support from my family is overwhelming. We thank you." For Alex Matthew Sullivan, it was to be a weekend of fun. He planned to ring in his 27th birthday with friends at the midnight showing. Another reason to celebrate, Sunday would have been his first wedding anniversary. His uncle says Alex always had a smile, always made you laugh, was witty, smart, and had a big heart. Family says he was a comic book geek and loved the New York Mets. A friend said Sullivan was such a big movie fan that he took jobs at theaters just to see the movies. "We're shocked, we're numb, we're sick," she said. "Our hearts are broken, and we are crushed." A 6-year-old girl, Veronica Moser-Sullivan. Her aunt says she was excited about life.
Vibrant little girl, 6-year-old, just was bragging about learning how to swim on Tuesday.
Veronica's mother, Ashley, was also shot. She remains in critical condition. Family says Ashley is drifting in and out of consciousness in the ICU with bullets lodged in her throat and abdomen. In her waking moments, she calls for her 6-year-old daughter. Family says nobody has the heart to tell her Veronica is gone.
Her whole life has changed in a flash for what?
Jonathan Blunk was in the Navy. The young father of 2 had high hopes of becoming a Navy SEAL. The 26-year-old served 3 tours in the Persian Gulf and North Arabian Sea. It was no guts, no glory for him, his friend said. Jonathan died in the shooting after throwing himself in front of a friend, Jansen Young. She says he saved her life. He told her to stay down. That's something he would do, a friend said. That's how he would want to go. 18-year-old AJ Boyk. AJ just graduated from Gateway High School this spring.
He was my best friend. And that kid, we went through a lot together.
AJ had been accepted to the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, where he planned on attending classes this fall. His girlfriend survived the shooting. AJ's family says he was a wonderful, handsome, and loving 18-year-old young man with a warm and loving heart, a ball of joy.
He would want us to go out and live and just kind of be the positive spirit he was.
Petty Officer 3rd Class John Larimer was a U.S. Navy sailor from Illinois. He was assigned to the U.S. Fleet Cyber Command at Buckley. A fellow sailor from the unit was also injured in the shooting. John's family says he was due to return to Illinois this summer to celebrate the 100th birthday of a family member. Micayla Medek, a Green Bay Packers fan. The 23-year-old was a student at Aurora Community College. Her family waited 19 agonizing hours before they learned of her death. They feared the worst, but hoped for the best. An aunt says, "I hope this evil act doesn't shake people's faith in God." Rebecca Wingo, the 32-year-old, was the mother of 2 little girls and a former member of the Air Force who was fluent in Mandarin Chinese and served as a translator. Her father wrote, "I lost my daughter yesterday to a madman. Our grief is inconsolable." Wingo was working towards an Associates of Arts degree at the Community College of Aurora. A friend described her as having a gentle, sweet, and beautiful soul. Alexander Teves, a 24-year-old from Phoenix who earned a master's degree in counseling psychology in June from the University of Denver. His family says he planned to propose to his girlfriend this summer. His aunt says Alex was a wonderful, kind, caring person. He had a great sense of humor. Teves was with his girlfriend at the theater. His aunt says he pushed his girlfriend down so that she would be safe. He was getting to the ground, but the bullets got to him first. He was what you might call an ideal grandson, his grandfather said. He was fun, and he loved to eat. He had a great deal to offer the world. 51-year-old Gordon Cowden had gone to the midnight movie premiere with his 2 teenage children. He lived in Aurora, but was described as a true Texas gentleman. He loved the outdoors and owned his own business. A world traveler and a devoted father, his family said. His teenage children escaped the shooting unharmed. His family says, "Our hearts go out to everyone harmed by this senseless tragedy." And Jesse Childress was an Air Force cyber systems operator based at Buckley. Air Force Captain Andrew Williams described the 29-year-old as knowledgeable, experienced, and respectful. "We're going to miss him incredibly," the captain said. A friend says Jesse was really just an amazing person who was kind to all. He grew up in Southern California. He loved to bowl and to play football.
And you can read more about all of the victims, including pictures and bios, online at our website, thedenverchannel.com. Just click on our special Movie Theater Tragedy tab.